What's up? Q&A time. Let's do another one this week. This time I'm going to have special guests Tony Montgomery Jr. and Desiree Morgan answer your nutrition questions. So anything you've got nutrition related for performance or for cutting, these guys can really help out. Hit me with what you got. So did a Q&A a week ago and got some answers from Tony and Des. Gonna go ahead and play that, guys, for you. Hope you enjoyed these Q&As with some special guests. Check out their channels. They're gonna be listed below. And give those guys some love. Let them know that I sent you over. These are two great athletes, two smart coaches, and have really done a lot to try to get their name out and try to work with more and more people. Tony has been at CSA a long time, learning under Jesse Burdick, and now is up in Portland kind of doing his own thing. Desiree is
reluctantly crouched at the starting line. Engines pumping and thumping in time. The green light flashes, the flags go up. Churning and burning, they yearn for the cup. They deftly maneuver and muscle for rank. Fuel burning fast on an empty tank.
Desiree's out in California, and she has been a top power lifter. She's in fantastic shape. She's a donuts and deadlifts athlete. Does a little bit of Olympic lifting. Just an all-around awesome athlete and smart coach. She's a massage therapist. So hope you guys enjoyed these answers.
What's going on, guys? Tony Montgomery here, TM Nutrition. And I know what you're thinking. You're probably looking at me right now and saying, where's his dry erase board? Where's his laboratory coat? How can this guy actually be a nutritionist? How can he be smart if he doesn't have any of that stuff? Just hold on one second. There, better? Exactly. Let's get to your questions, guys. But before we do that, let me give you a little background about who I am and why you might want to listen. Just a suggestion. Powerlifter, I compete in the 220 weight class. My best total is 1835 with wraps. I served in the United States Marine Corps, played rugby in college, football through high school, went to school for exercise science at Florida Atlantic University with a minor in nutrition, and I've owned my own gym and been dealing with people with nutrition and strength training for quite some time now. The main thing right now that I do is online training and nutrition and just focusing myself on being a better athlete and a better coach. So there's a little bit about me. Now let's get to your questions.
What's up, YouTube? Desiree here with TM Nutrition, going to be answering some questions that you guys left on Matt Vincent's Instagram page yesterday about nutrition. So thanks for the questions, guys, and thanks, Matt, for having Tony and I both on your channel. I had a chance to meet Matt last December at AO. Super rad guy, hilarious, and he'll actually be with the Donuts and Deadlifts crew at the Arnold. So be sure to come by, check us out at booth 361, ask us any questions or just hang out with us. It should be a really cool time. I'm super stoked to be at the Arnold this year. I've always wanted to go, so this is my first time going, and it's gonna be crazy. So super pumped on that, and let's get straight to the question.
Operation Fit Dad asks, I'm in the military and I have a diet/work related question. If you're naturally a big guy, but you have to eat, what is prepared for you by your command on deployment? Is intermittent fasting a viable option to keep weight in check? Eating other food is not an option unless I bring it in storage. Is very limited on the sub. So the question is intermittent fasting a viable option? My answer would be, is living a viable option? Because if you want to perform at your best overseas and you want to do your best, be able to perform and keep up to par with the rest of your guys, you're going to need calories. You can't go on a mission fasting. So that answers that question. Being overseas myself, they have plenty of good food choices. You know, if you're at the chow hall that they have on base. So just make sure you make the right choices. I've seen guys go over there and gain 30 pounds. I've seen guys go over there and get in really good shape. So it really comes down to just making the right choices, eating food to survive. From there, taking it day by day, you know, get a little exercise in, eat some good calories, make sure that you're able to complete the mission and take care of yourself and take care of those around you. Tubby Rudy Thrower, nice short and sweet question. The other one was a bit long-winded. Should you not worry about your weight gain as long as you're getting stronger and throwing further? Well, a lot of these are gonna hear, well, it depends, because it really does. You know, what are your primary goals? Are your primary goals to perform at the highest level within your sport? Then yes, keep getting stronger, keep growing, keep improving at your sport. If it comes to the point where your health is at risk, then you might want to reconsider things. Anytime anyone's trying to gain weight, I tell them, if you're eating clean, most of the time, 90% of the time, then you shouldn't really have to worry about anything. If you're eating like crap to gain weight, you're gonna have issues. You probably won't perform as best as you can. So don't let weight gain be an excuse to eat whatever you want. But if your goal is performance based and you're getting stronger and you're getting better at your sport, continue on with that plan. If your goal is aesthetics and trying to look good and be healthy, then you might want to rethink what you're doing.
So we had some really great questions yesterday. A lot of them were pretty funny. I love the beer question about which beer was best for making gains, either an IPA, stout, or lager. I personally like all beer actually, but if I had to choose, I'd have to go with a lager. Harp is one of my favorites. It's an Irish beer. That and Guinness. So a black and tan is right up my alley. I could drink that every day. So for best optimal gains, black and tan is the way to go.
Hercules, maybe 200. I compete in lightweights for Highland Games, 200 and under. What's the best way to cut and still have strength? I walk around at 215 pounds. So depending on when weigh-ins are, if you have 24-hour weigh-ins, the best bet is to cut from 215 to 200. Make sure that it's a water cut. So the way I do that is the week before, the week of the meet or the competition, I'll do a water load and a carb load, and then about 2 days out, I'll cut the carbs, cut the salt, and then start cutting the water. And that way you can just kind of piss it all out and get rid of it and just do a bunch of sauna. The more you can kind of sweat out, not through exercise though, just through sauna and water manipulation, the more you can kind of get out that way without having to change up your diet too much, is going to be the best way to get stronger. And then on the refeed days after you make weight, that's where a lot of people crap the bed. You know, they'll eat a bunch of crap and they don't realize that sugar dispels water throughout your kidneys. So your kidney signals, once you have sugar put in, to keep pushing out water and pushing out water. Well, the whole point is to bring all the water back in. So you definitely don't want to do that. I would stick to starchy foods, high sodium. I usually go with like V8 tomato juice, soy sauce, things like that, and just put on good weight that way. Don't take refeed day as a day to eat like crap to put whatever weight back on, because then you're perform like crap. So do a water cut, 15 pounds. If it's not 24-hour weigh-ins, then I would just do your best to diet down close to that weight within the last 4 weeks. As your training volume decreases and your intensity goes up, you don't need as many calories. As odd as that sounds, you need more calories to sustain a high volume training, recovery purposes. So just make sure that you're gonna diet down to maybe about 205, and then you can do a water cut from there. Same principles as the other one, just you only have 2 to 4 hours to weigh in.
So I had a question, flexible dieting versus clean eating, pros and cons, and which one I prefer. There's definitely pros and cons to both. You know, it depends. It's those two words that will always matter, whether it's your nutrition or training. It depends on that person. So, you know, figure out what your goals are, and you know, you might have to play around with both and figure out which one works for you. I feel like people tend to get the misconception of what if it fits my macros exactly is. If it fits my macros is great, but don't get the idea of, you know, don't make it an excuse just to eat shitty food, because that's not what it's about. It's your macros really works well for some people because it just kind of holds you accountable for what you're eating, and they can see. It's really, you know, MyFitnessPal is a great one. I think everybody uses that one. You know, you can log your food, you can scan it now. There's all kinds of stuff you can do, which is crazy. So that really holds people accountable for what they're eating. I just don't like when I know some people where it becomes so obsessive for them, macros, and I think that's when it becomes unhealthy. And, you know, just be smart about your choices. You know, it doesn't have to be exact every day and hit these certain macros every day. You know, I definitely lean towards more of clean eating, especially when I'm getting ready for a competition. You know, right now I'm 10 weeks out, so my diet is 90% clean and 10% for, you know, left for those cookies or brownies that I wanted. I definitely lean towards more sweets. I could care less about pizza or chips, all that kind of stuff. I would rather have a cookie. And I'm big on nutrient timing, so that also plays effect of when you eat. To eat something yummy like that is right after your workout, when your insulin levels are high and your glycogen is depleted. I usually bring something with me to the gym and eat it like on the way home, just because I'm starving. I can't wait till I get home. And then when I get home, I'll usually cook for post-workout. I think this was a question as well. So I love like fried rice and like shrimp, or I'll do hash browns and eggs. I've been doing that recently. I love that. I love breakfast food for dinner, and I've always done it. So I eat the majority of my carbs, before and after my workout. So that's when you can get creative and kind of come up with stuff and not eat the same boring foods every day. So I really try to get creative in the kitchen and make yummy stuff. So it's worked really well for me, and it keeps you happy. If I'm not competing anytime soon, of course my diet will be way more flexible. My weight doesn't seem to fluctuate very much, but when I am cutting for a competition, I'm going to try to maintain and stay around my weight class, because I have 2-hour weigh-ins, so I have to be pretty much at weight. Don't over, analyze everything. I feel like people make their diets so much harder than it really is. So just, don't overthink it so much. It's pretty simple when it comes down to it. Don't eat processed food. Don't eat a lot of sugar. Don't start eliminating all these things that aren't healthy for us, and you would see a huge difference. Someone asked, I'm trying to lose weight. Will not reaching my required calories for each day hurt me in the long run? Here's these 2 words again. It depends. It depends on your goals. Are you training for powerlifting, weightlifting? Are you doing bodybuilding? Or you just want overall general weight loss? I definitely suggest, if you're an athlete and you're training at high intensity, you want those extra calories, or otherwise it could affect your performance. So I would definitely try to hit those calories, not necessarily every day, but you want to look at it like at a weekly. So, every day we're not going to hit the exact same calories or, macros for the day. So sometimes it's hard to do, and, life happens. So, just make sure at the end of the week that you're hitting, your targeted amount of macros for sure. Because it definitely can take a toll on your body and definitely affect your performance in training. So someone asked, I'm trying to cut weight and not lose strength. Would it just be quicker to lose the weight and then regain my strength back? It just depends on your goals and what exactly you're getting ready for. I definitely believe slow and steady is the way to go, because it's not going to happen overnight. So you have to be patient and definitely you'll drop that weight first. So you'll go in a caloric deficit, drop the weight. Then once you get back to around to the weight you want to be, you'll add in those calories again. Do you want weight loss just to lose weight, or you're trying to lose weight and maintain strength and be competitive? So there's a big difference there. I feel like everyone's always trying to cut, especially in powerlifting. Why cut so much weight and be weaker when you could be stronger at this weight? I understand, some people are competitive in their weight class, but for me, I feel like a lot of people focus on aesthetics and like weight loss in strength training, and I'm not worried about having a set of abs going out onto the platform, because what does that have to do with my sport? A lot of people can maintain leanness and strength at the same time. It just depends on that person. So focus on getting strong and increasing your performance. So you want to eat as much as you can, and of course eat the right calories, and then gain strength for, optimal gain. All right, guys, that's it. So thanks for watching. If you have any other questions, just comment below. I'd be happy to answer. Thanks, Matt, again for having us on the channel, and hope to see you guys soon.
Dastronic. How many meals per day? 3 larger or maybe 6 smaller? Same macros for both setups. Only variable is meal size. Do you think that this will have an effect on my performance? It depends on how big you are and how many calories you get in, right? And your work schedule and what's convenient. So if you're a really big guy and you're trying to shovel in 1,200 calories a meal, that's probably gonna be a pain in the butt, and you're probably gonna feel like crap the rest of the day. So what the studies have shown is that, increase in meal frequency to every 3 to 4 hours is probably the best bet. So as long as you make your calories fit into that window of every 3 to 4 hours that you're awake, that's probably gonna be your best bet as far as creating performance-based diets. You want to make sure that everything kind of stays leveled out throughout the day. If you have one really big meal in the morning, then you have a smaller meal at lunch, and then a really big meal at night, the calories may add up to 6 meals per day, but I would feel, and the studies have shown, that it just doesn't give you the same type of performance. It doesn't give you the same type of energy throughout the day. It kind of can make you a little bit more lethargic, help you crash a little bit better. So I would say break them up every 3 to 4 hours as much as you can. S3D. Great screen name, guys. Great screen name. Intra-workout nutrition, is it complete rubbish? I would say no, it's not complete rubbish. I know there's a lot of different studies going around that says it is, that says it's not. Me personally, and from a lot of people that I know and a lot of my clients, I always have intra-workout in there. We recover a lot faster. Once you take it out, you definitely don't feel like you have sustainable energy throughout the workouts. So the thing with intra-workout is it's usually a 4-to-1 carb to protein ratio. So if you have 25 grams of protein, you'll go with 100 grams of carbs. It's going to be a fast digesting carb, and what that does is that spikes your insulin. And what insulin is it's very anti-catabolic and very anabolic at the same time. So what it does is it helps prevent the breakdown of muscle tissue while you're working out. So if you can prevent the breakdown of muscle tissue while you're working out, that's going to go a long way in speedy recovery and building up efficiency through every workout, so that you're able to go, recover, and perform better workout to workout. Definitely keep it in, especially if you're dieting. You know, having carbs and calories around your workout while dieting is probably the most beneficial thing you can do to be efficient and be performing at a high level on your diet. 2 questions about supplementation, and I'll give you one answer that kind of fits them all, right? The Fat Wolverine asked, nutrition Q&A, if you could choose between free supplements for life or having a chef come to your home and prepare nutritionally perfect balanced meals for your everyday, what would you choose? All I can say is nutrition and food trumps everything. Nutrition and food, sleep, your training plan, those are the 3 most important variables that's going to lead to performance and how your body composition looks, right? So there's no point of ever getting supplements unless all 3 of those things are perfectly spot on. Get your nutrition on point, and you can get your sleep on point, and you can get your training on point. You probably don't need any of the supplements anyways. Right? So those are the 3 biggest key factors in improving performance and improving body composition. Nutrition's number 1, sleep's number 2, and how you train is number 3. All right, guys. Thanks to Matt for having me on the channel. I hope this answers some of your questions. If you guys have any other questions, feel free to email me at tony@tmnutrition.net, and I'll answer any questions you guys have. Appreciate it. Thanks for your time. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and hopefully I'll see you guys soon.
Thanks for checking that out. Hope you guys did enjoy it. Please subscribe to their channels below. Share the video, like it, give me some comments, and try to do some more collaborations the best I can. Got a lot of stuff coming up from the Drift to Lift series we just finished. And thanks a bunch. Spread hate, always party. Fat Al shirts. Check it out.